Good morning. Your attention, please. First of all, I just want to say good morning to everybody, and thank you so much for coming out to the Al Wilson Mac French Golf Tournament. It is it's getting better and better every year, thanks to Miss Lois Simonton. And you know, it's just one of those days of the year where I look forward to, and you know, hopefully some of you guys and ladies look forward to as well. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and being a part of it. So if you don't mind, let's give each other a round of applause. I want to, first of all, thank the golfers. You know, all of you guys and ladies coming out and being a part of it and playing some golf for a special cause. It means a lot. To all the sponsors, the donors, the staff at ETAC, the board, all the volunteers, the guests, and you know, all my teammates. I called my teammates and asked them to come be a part of this, and you know, they do it without any hesitation. You know, and some even called me ahead of time and asked to be a part of it. So I see some of them. If you don't mind, I want to introduce some of those guys from University of Tennessee. George Kidd from Milan, Tennessee. We got Daniel Brooks from Jackson. We got Ed Butler, who is from the Roll Tide State. We got Mr. Fred White from Griffin, Georgia. I see Mr. Jeff Hall back there. I think we all know Jeff with the golden foot from Winchester. I know Scott Gagnon is supposed to be here. Scott's a great guy, a guy that I had an opportunity to learn the same linebacker position from, and helped make me a lot better player, you know, in the end. So I want to thank Scott for that. Yeah, I see Mickey Allen there. Mickey Allen, I think everybody knows Mickey. Andre Lott should be here as well. Mr. Norm Nixon is back there somewhere, two-time NBA champion from the Los Angeles Lakers. And we have Ole Miss Rebel in the house from Mr. Nate Wayne from Ole Miss, but we love him anyway. Go SEC. I think we have Philip Crosby in the house. He's probably on the driving range. He's one of those guys that loves to play golf and plays it at a high level, so he'll probably be up here, you know, sometime soon. We got Mr. Carl Pickens in the house. He's probably on the range as well, one of the best wide receivers in the history of Tennessee football. And I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anybody, but if I am, I apologize. But once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and being a part of it. This is a great event. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. So feel free to tell your friends, your family, to come be a part of it, to donate as much money as you possibly can to ETAC, because what that does, it helps a lot of people in a lot of situations. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to raise as much money as we possibly can. So when people get sick or have problems or disabilities, that's the last thing that they need to worry about. Is money and finance, equipment and stuff like that. So I want to turn it over to Coach Foreman and give him an opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Ron. Well, it's great to be here. It's great to always see the former players. You know, most of those guys I had a chance to recruit and bring them to Tennessee, and they had great careers, and now they're out in the community doing great things, and great husbands and fathers and all those things that you expect them to be and hope that they'll be. And it's good to see how well they've turned out. I think Al could have put his name on any tournament around that he wanted to, and he chose ETAC, and Lois, and the job that they've done from the years that I've watched it grow has just been really special. And as Al said, thank you, because you're the one that makes it happen, the donors, the sponsors, the staff, and everybody concerned. I think my job this morning is to recognize somebody that probably, if you've been a Tennessee fan at all, needs no introductions really. Charlie Severance is a 59, is that right, Charlie?
59-60.
59-60 graduate at the University of Tennessee. There's been a lot of games that everybody goes back and remembers through our history. Occasionally you'll get one of those plays Jeff Hall's field goal and overtime against Florida, and Al Wilson's plays over and over, and a lot of these other guys that you remember. But one of the most remembered plays in Tennessee's history is in 1959. They were playing LSU. LSU had scored. They had a 2-point conversion coming up, and it was a great win over the #1 ranked LSU Tigers in Neyland Stadium, and one of the greatest plays in history. And a big part of that play, the stop, was with Charlie. And I know that's something that today he could tell you every bit of the alignment, the assignments, and who all was in on the plays, because we all remember it as well now. I happen to only be 9 years old at the time. I've heard a lot about it.
I told him, I said, most people, that I had many people say we were there at the game. And, in that case, they had 200,000. And the stadium held about 50,000. And I was telling him, I said, probably everybody that game down, most of them were all dead.
No, we don't want to go there. Charlie's a Central High graduate, is being inducted this week into the Knoxville Hall of Fame. Not just for his part in the play of LSU, but all that he has accomplished in the athletic world during his time, before his time at Tennessee, during his time at Tennessee, and certainly afterwards. And Lois has made this book available, and Charlie, we want to share this with you, along with a hearty congratulations and thank you for everything that you've done, my friend.
Well, I just want to say that I was blessed to wear the orange. I was blessed to play in front of my hometown people. And I was blessed to be involved in that play against Billy Cannon, who was a Heisman Trophy winner. And I see him quite often, and he always said, I scored, Charles. And I said, well, the referee said you did score. So finally I said, it's the day the cannon doesn't fire. I was down there in Baton Rouge, and we were having a big get-together back in the mid-'80s, and they came out on the front page, the front page of the State Times in Baton Rouge. Said, Severance says the day the cannon didn't fire. So I had to go on the radio radio at halftime, and he wasn't very happy about it. Anyhow, y'all, we're going to get on with the golf playing.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much. All this wouldn't be happening at all if it wasn't for Lois Simon's passion and efforts and recruiting a good team around her with Al and her staff. And we should all give Lois a hearty round of thank you. And again, thank you for being here and doing such a great thing for this community and a lot of folks that need help. Thank you very much.
Amendment right to freedom of speech. But have you ever thought what that would be like if you didn't have the ability to use your voice to speak, or if you lost that ability because of a stroke or something like Lou Gehrig's disease? We are so honored to have Danny with us today. I have to tell you, Danny uses a very sophisticated communication device that I hope you take a little time to look at. It is so sophisticated that we have had students actually get foreign language credit for learning to use this device. I don't know of anyone who is more proficient. And Danny now has a few words to say to you.
And welcome to our 14th annual Al Wilson Mac Ranch E-Tech Golf Tournament. Before we get started, I would like to thank all of you for coming and to welcome you again to the East Tennessee Technology Access Center's annual golf tournament. The money raised here today helps many people with disabilities get the equipment they need to speak, learn, work, and do many other things. Since 1988, ETEC has been serving people with disabilities in East Tennessee. Next year, they will celebrate their 25th anniversary of providing these services. For example, if someone needs a keyboard for a computer with large or enhanced letters, they will help in obtaining one. In my instance, I needed a tape recorder to record my classroom lectures at Pellissippi State. But I could not just use any old recorder. I had to have one with large buttons that were easy for me to control. Because with cerebral palsy, I have a lot of uncontrollable movements in my hands and arms. Additionally, I have been able to participate in a book club developed and run by persons from ETEC that meet at local libraries. It is called the ETEC Next Chapter Book Club, and the one I belong to is in Maryville. We meet once a week to pick out a book to read and discuss. ETEC provided an electric reader for me to use during the library time so I could have a turn at reading a passage too. There are some who don't think people with disabilities would not enjoy getting together to read a book, but they are so wrong. Here are a few wishes for someone who uses an augmentative communication device adapted from P.R.C. Company. Here are a few wishes from someone who uses augmentative communication adapted from PRC. I wish people would joke with me. I wish people would stop shouting at me. I wish people would have more patience with me. I wish everyone would just give me enough time to say what I'm thinking. I wish people wouldn't hit my machine when it doesn't work next to my mouth they're hitting. I wish people would ask me to share what I think and know. I hope that you had fun today. But remember why you are here and think about the people that you are helping. Thank you again for being part of this tournament.